on the show, we have the star of the Aliens films, plus Britain's leading astronomer, and they'll be looking for signs of intelligent life. Good luck! Hey, let's start the show! Clap, because tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen, out of this world. Hollywood star Sigourney Weaver is here. Yeah. Stargazer Professor Brian Cox is here. Yeah. Hilarious comic Sandi Toksvig is here. Wow, Sandi Toksvig. And we'll be having music from the fantastic Sugarland. Yes. with their light bulb collection. How good of them to bring it. It's nice. It's Christmassy. I'll give it that. Now, what can I tell you about Brian Cox? Well, recently, he was voted the world's sexiest astronomer. Seriously, he was. Yeah. Oh, hello. Mind you, it's not much of an achievement when you consider who came second. Goodbye. Now, Brian's very involved in the space program, and so many similarities between America and Britain's space programs. I mean, here's NASA, yeah, getting ready to launch a shuttle in space. And here's the brains behind the British space program. Come on, everyone, throw as hard as you can. So pleased to welcome Sigourney Weaver to the show. Oscar-nominated 3 times, won 2 Golden Globes, and, of course, one of the stars of Avatar, the most successful film ever. Apparently, they spent millions creating those blue characters.
Where are you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's Papa Avatar. I'm not sure. And I particularly like Sigourney in Gorillas in the Mist. Oh, here's the star of the film arriving in London for the premiere. Yeah. Want a tip? Clear out the back of your cab. I just had a dump. The film had a strong conservation message, and in fact, it is a worrying time for wildlife. Creatures are in danger the world over. For instance, India, China, even in Mexico. Yeah. Top Gear in trouble after Richard Hammond described Mexicans as being lazy, flatulent, and overweight. You do think, lazy, flatulent, and overweight? Let me think. Let's get some guests on, everybody! Later on, we'll be having music from Sugarland. But first, she's a Great Dane. It's Sandi Toksvig! So shiny, so beautiful. Hello, darling. Sit yourself down. Heavens above is my favorite astronomer, Professor Brian Cox. He's beautiful. He's an astronomer. Hello, sir. Sit yourself down there, Sandi. And when I want to start our guest, who am I going to call? It's Sigourney Weaver. Sigourney Weaver right there. Hello. How are you? I'm very well. Very well. And your name? Hi. Brian, Sandi, Sigourney. Sigourney. Brian, Sigourney, Sandi. It's quite a height differential on the couch tonight.
I don't know what you're suggesting.
People presumably... You know that thing when you meet a tall person, you don't mean to say, gosh, you're tall, but you do end up saying, gosh, you're tall. Do people just do it all the time?
Actually, I don't think I notice. I think if you're a tall person, you always think you're the same height as everybody else. It's only when you see each other in a reflection that you realize you're a head above people. Don't you find that's true?
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
We just assume we're all the same height.
No.
I mean,
Never in my whole life. There was a very brief period when the children were growing up, and then that was it.
Because as an actress, has it kind of affected getting parts or getting roles and things?
I'm sure it has. I have met some very big stars who did not get up to shake my hand because they were like... they didn't want to show the producers how short they were.
Sigourney's exactly the sort of girl I used to play netball against.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet you won those.
I was swift. I was between the legs before they knew it.
I'll keep my eye on you tonight.
I just thought that's not a sentence that reflects well on me.
I'm looking forward to seeing how that develops, actually.
Oh, typical boy, just wants to watch.
Science fiction fans, I'm sure there are many in the audience, meeting you must be just like all the Christmases come at once. Because, I mean, all the Alien movies, Two Ghostbusters, Galaxy Quest, and now, of course, Avatar, the mother lode. The most successful film of all time.
Yes.
And obviously there's going to be another one.
Apparently, maybe more than one. Maybe two.
Oh, OK.
Yes.
They're going to do different colours.
I'll make the suggestion.
The Rainbow Nation.
Right, exactly.
So, I mean, because science fiction fans aren't like regular film fans.
They're very passionate, and
Yes.
they follow every detail, so I think they're my favorite fan because they really appreciate it. They really get upset if something's not right, and I think really they are the fans that Jim Cameron made Avatar for.
Because can you go to the conventions, don't you?
Yes, I love to go to Comic-Con, and I don't know if they have one over in England, but it's great fun. You should all come because you get to dress up, and it's really awesome.
But it must be it must be mobbed.
Well, they don't usually let you go out to where everybody is, which is a shame. But I was able to put a Batman mask on and kind of cruise through the area. And it was, I mean, no one could have cared less about me. They were all so beautifully decked out in, you know, all kinds of outlandish space costumes and talking to each other, and it was just marvelous, really marvelous. I hated to leave.
Next time you do that, can I come as Robin?
We'll get the car and
Back on
everything.
the side.
That's two images you put in my head tonight.
And Brian, is science something new to you, or you as a little boy, were you kind of into science fiction and all of that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was born in '68, so it was the tail end of Apollo. And I remember that vividly in the house. I don't remember watching it, but I remember growing up in a house which had pictures of the moon landings on the walls. And then science fiction kind of merged into it.
No, I'm going to stop. They had pictures of the moon landing on your walls.
No, because my dad had the newspaper cover from July '69, and so I remember all that. But then science fiction kind of merged in, and I couldn't tell the difference because it was Star Wars. I was of the Star Wars generation, and then Alien, which made a huge impact on me. I'm afraid to say I saw it at school. We had a film club at school in 1979, and it was one of the first films I'd ever seen on a big screen, and they showed us Alien. I was 11 years old,
See, I feel...
and it made a
That was Star Child forever.
And it's my favourite science fiction film to this day. Partly because it's the first one that made an enormous impact on me 2 years after Star Wars, wasn't it?
And you're still willing to go into space.
Yeah, you didn't put me off.
Okay.
you tried 4 times.
I've starred a
now.
lot of people.
Yeah.
But see, I feel really bad now because I'm afraid I've never seen Alien. And I thought to myself as a child, well, what are the chances I'll ever sit on a sofa next to Sigourney Weaver and have to explain myself?
But weirdly, of the 3 people in the couch,
yes,
you have an extraordinary connection.
I do have an extraordinary connection to space. Sigourney, can you remember where you were when Neil Armstrong stepped on